Right, we're looking at the quarter midgets. Run them out. We've got Cameron Sitaway, car 18 on grid 1 for Brad Clive going from 2. 73 Jaden Bradley, who had the three-peat last week, last race meeting from Nelson, on 3. 32 Oscar Harcourt on the outside on grid 4. 14 Michaela Phillips is on grid 5. 84 Ben Morgan on 6. 17 Montana Jameson from 7. 8 Jack Nairn from 8. 26 Dylan Forsey going from 9. On the outside is the 54 of Jack Lowe, and coming in behind the field is the 52 of Jacob Cunliffe. So that's the field for the quarter midgets for their first one this evening. Just what we say, a traffic officer's dream, just coming around there, just cruising along. The pace starts to move up. Brad Clive seems to move a little bit first, and off they go. So it's Brad Clive who takes them into an early lead into that CJ Phillips construction turn. Jaden Bradley in 73 holds that second position, followed by the 32 of Oscar Harcourt. And then we've got the 18 of Cameron Sitaway just being monstered on the inside by Ben Morgan, on the outside by Jameson. Brad Clive just slipped down a little bit too wide there, and that's let Bradley through into the lead. Clive holding second from Harcourt. Ben Morgan, Jameson, Sitaway, Jack Lowe's the next one on the track there from 8, Jack Nairn. Then the 26 of Dylan Forsey going back to Michaela Phillips, and rounding out the field is a 52 of Jacob Cunliffe. But it's problems there for Jameson as she slows. Something's happened there. She's just slowing down, looking to come off the track and out of harm's way, but Bradley just cruises on round out in front of the field. I think she's still on the track. That'll bring out a yellow. This doesn't quite have enough momentum to come down and get clear of the circuit. For the restart, all closed up in Indian file. The revs build and the way they go, and quickly 73 Jaden Bradley just leads away. Brad Clive in that second position from 32 Harcourt and Jack Lowe. Jack Lowe's got a little bit closer this time to Harcourt going through that stadium cars turn. 84 Ben Morgan sitting in behind as well. He's tracking there quite nicely. Out in front it's still Bradley, leading by 5 car lengths from Brad Clive. Harcourt comes under some pressure. He just drifted up a fraction, and then Jack Lowe found a hole through. He moves up into third position as the checkered flag comes out for them. 73 Jaden Bradley will take the win from 4 Brad Clive. 54 Jack Lowe's the next one home from Oscar Harcourt. Ben Morgan, Cameron Sitaway, Jack Nairn, Dylan Forsey, and the last couple in is 14 Michaela Phillips and the 52 of Jacob Cunliffe.
Right, moving right on, it's the Hang Up Entertainment Services Midgets. Of course, Hang Up Entertainment Services providing rigging and staging for concerts, tours and events all around New Zealand. Unfortunately, a little devoid of some paperwork right now. It is over 8 laps, but I'm sure we've got some good positions coming up very, very shortly. Remember that next race meeting next Saturday night, March the 12th. The Rolleston Highway Motel South Island Sprint Car Championship. Boy, it's going to be a beauty. You know, you look back and what was it, 2003, 2004, it wasn't even held because there weren't enough cars. And then 2007-8, there was like 6 cars at it. We'll be looking around about a field of 20 cars for that show next Saturday night. Plus, we've got the what is it? That's right. It's the 6-shooter South Pacific Grand Prix. Boy, I should have known that one. The amazing floor coatings 6-shooter South Pacific Grand Prix. 19 6-shooters ended for that one, Warwick. We're going to be busier than a one-arm paper hanger.
Certainly will. I've got the grid here for these midgets. 7, Gary Chadlick will go from grid 1. 36, Glenn Drury driving the Access Man car will start from grid 2. 12, Glenn Everett goes from 3. 9 from our way, Tom Lumsden going from grid 4. The 27 car of Nathan Blomqvist will go from 5. 71 driven today by Jay Chadwick will go from 6. Our Traveller 21 in from Dunedin, Gavin Wilkie will start from grid 7. 5 Scott Miller will go from 8. 69 being driven again tonight by Jeremy Webb will start from grid 9. 72 Shane Clark from 10. The 73 car of Neville Bazillet will go from 11. And 79 Brian Frid will round out the field off grid 12. So that's racing this time, and it's Gary Chadwick. He gets his nose in front of the first turn. Heading around there on the outside is Glenn Jury. Then we move back to Glenn Everett in car number 12. Fourth position in the early stages is the 9 of us, Tom Lumsden, as he tucks in behind Glenn Jury. Now pokes his nose down underneath as they swing through that ChCh Phillips construction bend. Neville Bazillet's made the move from the back of the field. He's up midfield already, sitting at 5th place, chasing the dirt out wide. Gavin Wilkie, 21, sitting down on the inside. The 27 of Nathan Blomqvist, followed closely by Brian. And then Scott Miller by Jay Chadwick just round out the field. Oh, we've missed that one. That's Jeremy Webb just winding it up at the tail. Shot himself to the front. Still sitting out a little bit wider from that 36 car of Glenn Jury. He moves his nose back into that second position. Here comes Bazillet sliding around the outside up against the wall. A little bit of there with Chadwick as they go side by side into the ChCh Phillips construction. And behind them is the 9 car of Tom Lumsden. He's now found a little bit of space. Has he got the momentum and drive out of there? It's quite slicked down low as that moves up a bit, and Tom Lumsden gets his nose in front. But out in front, still the machine. In through that stadium car's turn. Glenn Jury sitting down quite low. Neville Bazillet still running the high line, and Tom Lumsden's keeping it low. And with Chadwick in behind. On at the front of the field as Glenn Jury chases hard in behind Everett. Everett just a step up a little bit high. Jury tending to keep down low, keeping the shortest distance with the track. He can get some traction there, but he's bouncing through the inside and has lost some ground and comes into the clutches of the 73 of Neville Bazillet. Fourth position, still back there with Tom Lumsden. A battle for the 5th one. As Tom Lumsden seems to slow. We've got a yellow.
No, that's the checkered flag there, mate.
Oh,
you missed the white and the checkered all together.
I'm so excited. So that's the 12 car of Glenn Everett taking out that first midget car heat.
Yeah, good drive there for Glenn Everett. Kept the nose clean out in front. Jury just a little bit struggling, just a little bit towards the end there. Almost Neville Bazillet getting through for that 3rd place.
Yep, well, there's one just shot through here. That's Oscar Harcourt. They're well spread. They're just trying to slow them down, get them to grid themselves up. I don't think they know who's at the front of the field. Anyway, the 2 that are complying, 84 Ben Morgan and 73 Jaden Bradley. 32 Oscar Harcourt's the next one through. Then the 52 of Jacob Cunliffe. Then we've got another couple here. 54 Jack Lowe, the 26 Dylan Forsey, the 17 of Montana Jameson. Inside her is the 8 of Jack Nairn, the 14 of Michaela Phillips. Then we've got 4 Brad Clive and 18 Cameron Sittaway. And some of these others are going to have to play catch up. That's Ben Morgan and 32 Oscar Harcourt. So some of them getting a few more laps in. So it looks like we've got 54 Jack Lowe on grid 1, 26 Dylan Forsey on 2. Second row is the 8 of Jack Nairn with 17 Montana Jameson outside Third row, 84 Ben Morgan, the 14 Michaela Phillips. Then we've got the 32 of Oscar Harcourt. And outside Oscar, it looks like it is the 73 of Jaden Bradley. Fifth row back on the inside is the 4 of Brad Clive. Outside Brad is the 18 of Cameron Sittaway. And rounding out the field is the 52 car of Jacob Cunliffe. So if they've had a bit of a lash, a few hot laps for the quarters. And this one, they're all set. Racing this time, and straight away, pretty even off the front. No one gets an edge there at the moment until the first turn, when it's Jack Lowe who enters there quickly. He comes out ahead of the field. Dylan Forsey holding that second. Montana Jameson moving around the outside in the 17 machine. Jaden Bradley spotted a hole between the two of them. He's got underneath outside Forsey, looking to head on the tail of Jameson. But 54 Jack Lowe leads his cousin at the moment. Bradley in that third spot from Dylan Forsey. Jack Nairn and car 8 holding that fifth position. Ben Morgan's looking for a run on the inside. Brad Clive sitting back in behind there. Then we go back to Cameron Sittaway, Oscar Harcourt and the 32 Michaela Phillips and the 82 of Jacob, the 52 of the Jacob Cunliffe. But it's Jack Lowe at the moment. Into that stadium cars bend he goes. He's got about 4 car lengths over the fast flying Jaden Bradley, and Jameson's in third. These three have made a break on the rest of the field as they go on round. The white flags come out. Can Jack Lowe break the hoodoo of the 73 machine as they head down the back straight? Into that stadium cars turn they go. 54 Jack Lowe's got his nose in front. Bradley's up and behind. He's moving out wide, but it will be 54 Jack Lowe that takes the win from 73 Jaden Bradley. Jameson comes home in that third position from 26 Dylan Forsey. Jack Nairn the next one in from Ben Morgan. The 4 car of Brad Clive, Oscar Harcourt, Michaela Phillips, and the 52 car of Jacob Cunliffe.
And here we go. Midgets starter Mark O'Connor's got the green flag poised for the Midget cars. Their second race of the evening. The Cruiser Caravans heat race over 8 laps. Let's turn them loose. Here we go. The green light's on. Basile from the outside. Frid on the inside. It's on for young and old. Webb already in there mixing it up with the rest of them. But it's Brian Frid leading the way. Oh, Basile goes out way high and wide. So does Webb. Webb's drifted back a few placings now. But it's Brian Frid leading the way. Sneaking his way round the bottom. The 21 car of Gavin Wilkie. Shane Clark. Oh, Frid goes on to the infield. So it's Clark leading the way in the Honda. Second spot held down by the 21 of Wilkie. Third is the 73 of Basile. Fourth, Scott Miller. Then we've got Jeremy Webb and Glenn Everett. The gloves are off in the middle of the field. They are all over each other like a rash. Here comes Tom Lumsden in car number 9. Lumsden up into that 7th spot, and he is on the prowl. Looking at the low line. Is it going to work for him? In the meantime, the Honda-powered machine of Shane Clark leading the way. Still Wilkie sitting there in that 2nd spot, and Basile in 3rd. The front 3, they've created a bit of a break over the pack, but leading the best of the rest is Webb in the 69 car. Scott Miller hanging on tenaciously to 5th position in car number 5. Lumsden's up into 6. He's starting to whittle away at them.
Well, it's still Shane Clark out on the front, AJ, just leading into the CJ Phillips construction. Gavin Wilkie in that position. The next one there is a 73 of Neville Basile, and Scott Jeremy Webb closing on his tail now as he takes a little bit wider run. In behind Webb, it's Scott Miller from Tom Lumsden, then Glenn Jeremy in the access band 30 by Glenn Everett. And that goes leads back into Gary Chadwick, but they can't make any ground on the front runner. Shane Clark, AJ, is leading the way from Gavin Wilkie, and a challenge for 3rd there with Neville Basile still holding on to it.
Yeah, he is. White flag out, just the prison bend to go. A convincing win for the Honda, driven by Shane Clark. 2nd position goes to the 21 of Gavin Wilkie. 3rd will be Basile in the 73. 4th, 69, Webb. Fifth, the 9 car of Lumsden. Then behind him, Scotty Miller. The 36 of Jury. 7 of Gary Chadwick. Glenn Everett in 9th. Then we went back to the 71 car of Jay Chadwick. Rounding out the field, Nathan Blomqvist, car number 27. And the midget car lineup.
On grid position number 1, the 5 of Scotty Miller. Grid 2 sees the 12 of Glenn Everett. Grid number 3 for the 36 of Glenn Jury. Tom Lumsden in the 9 car will start out at grid position number 4. The 21 of Gavin Wilkie will go from 5. 72 Shane Clark from 6. 73 Neville Basilay will go from 7. 69 Dion Roxford is put down for this one. We'll just double check if that is correct. Due to go from grid 8, Nathan Blomqvist in the 27 out of 9. 7 Gary Chadwick from 10. 11 James Halliburton will round out 11th place. No Brian Frid, unfortunately not making this one, pulling onto the infield in the last heat. Obviously some gremlins that can't be fixed in time for the midget car feature tonight, but still 11 cars to face the starter, 10 laps of distance.
Here we go, the pace vehicle retires to the infield. That front row, Scott Miller, Glenn Everett. Row number 2, the 36 car, that's the Access Man car driven by Glenn Jury. Tom Lumsden, car number 9. In grid 4, 21, Gavin Wilkie from 5. Shane Clark from 6. Neville Basilay from 7. It's not Dion Rochford, it is Jeremy Webb from grid number 8. Nathan Blomqvist from 9. Gary Chadwick from 10. Jay Chadwick from 11. Let's send them away. And straight away it's Everett making a big run round the top. He gets squeezed up against the wall. Scott Miller leads away. Down low it's the 36 car. That's the Access Man machine of Glenn Jury. Glenn Jury's got his nose in front. Scott Miller's going to have to run the high line. Oh boy, the pace is an absolute scorcher. 3 wide, a little further back in the pack. The wick is turned up for Glenn Jury. Up against the wall, it was Scotty Miller. Everett running the low line, just trying to see our way through the dust at the some of the other placings. Down low, it's Gavin Wilkie, Tom Lumsden up a little bit higher there. The front 5 are Jury, Miller, Everett, Wilkie, Lumsden. Oh, Clark in the Honda just gets a little knotted up in the traffic. Basilay makes a trip right around the top part of the racetrack to join in the fun. Basilay currently running in 7th. It's a ding-dong battle between him and Clark, and Gary Chadwick also starting to enter the equation. But it's Glenn Jury running away from them at this stage. 4 in the books, 6 to go. Scott Miller sitting there in that second position. Oh, they're 3 wide for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Who's going to be spat out of the group for this one? It could be Gavin Wilkie running down on the low line. Wilkie's back there in the 4th spot. It's Tom Lumsden that's grabbed 3rd.
Yes, Jay, it's Glenn Jury that's run away and left them for dead. Scott Miller's done particularly well. He's driven that wide and high line. He's managed to hold on to that second. Now he's got Tom Lumsden closing, and another one that's made backfield. 73 at Neville Basilay. He's running high and wide as well.
Yeah, the 72 car, Warwick.
Spun round.
Yep, brings on the orange. What an intriguing battle going on a little further back in the field.
Yes, right through. You've got the front 3 battling, but 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. They've been swapping places and changing. And for all the problems we thought we had with the track earlier in the night, there is lots of different lines being used so far.
And looks like we're going to go green.
Yeah, Jury's ringing everything out of that 36 car. Well, he's found the sweet spot in that number.
No brakes for Lumsden, no brakes.
Well, you'd need them in those racing situations. Basilet makes a big run around the top. Basilet's into that second position right now. Our race leader is still the 36 of Glenjury. Neville Basilet there in second. Third is the 12 car of Glen Everett. Scott Miller in fourth. White flag comes out. Basilet sees the gap, goes for it, grasps the opportunity with both hands, but Jury is throwing everything back at him. Looks like Basilet may just have the momentum now. It's Neville Basilet running the top part of the racetrack. He's got the momentum. Checkered flag's about to fall. What a battle we've got going there for third place as well. It may well be tied up by Everett, but Neville Basilet takes win. Glenjury second. Third, I'm not even going to try and guess that one because it would have been a photo finish surely between Wilkie and Everett for third and fourth. Timing systems given it to Wilkie by 0.0069 of a second. That was a scorcher of a midget car race. Neville Basilet came from deepest, darkest to take out the win. Glenjury second, Gavin Wilkie third, Glen Everett fourth, Scotty Miller fifth. Rounding out the top six was car number 7, Gary Chadwick.